It's about time I make a new video on Granblue Versus. Right now, Granblue Fest is going on in Japan, so we're getting a decent chunk of new info on the DLC and the story content for the game, as well as some gameplay changes that kind of surprised me. I wasn't really expecting them to do some of the changes that they did. I think they're for the better in general. But yeah, so I'll go over what we got and put my current thoughts out there on the characters that we are getting for DLC, as well as some other things that they've been doing. So starting off, we're gonna watch the villains trailer first, because I think there's gonna be less to really talk about for this one, and then afterwards we can move on to the actual character DLC trailer. That's like the important one. So what they used for this trailer, to use the Paradise Lost song. That was a pretty popular song in Granblue when the anniversary events were going on. Belio. He's like one of the main villains for the browser games anniversary events. He's pretty crazy. He's very wild, I guess. And then ChaosBringer. He's actually referred to as Beelzebub in the browser game. Belio, Beelzebub, two of Lucilius's like underlings, kind of, in a way. Definitely more to the story than that, but you know, we actually get to see how Beelzebub actually looks underneath the hood now, so I think that's really cool. He kind of got like screwed over in the browser game, so like he got sealed away at the very end, but he got backstabbed by Lucilius, and then he got sealed away at the end. So let's go back on that really quick. First DLC character is going to be Beelzebub, and he's probably going to be like the main villain for the actual story mode right now. Belio, since he's going to be in Character Pass 2, I don't think he's actually going to be like someone that you can fight or anything like that. But Beelzebub, he's going to be he's probably going to be like an actual boss fight. I think that's a lot better than the way they treated him in the browser game. Both these two, they are minions to Lucilius, and Beelzebub was kind of like hinted as being like basically like the evil version of I guess in this context it'll be Gran. So he's like the evil version of Gran in a way that he's a singularity and Gran is a singularity. So they didn't really do much with that. The whole point of singularity was that they can like change fate or something like that. So I don't know. They didn't really do much with him, and he got backstabbed by Lucilius. Then he has to fight against like Ilsa, Lancelot, Charlotta, and I think Cagliostro, as well as fighting like I forgot other characters. I think like some of the angels were also involved as well. But in general, he got sealed away at the end of the fight. Like he was too strong to. So after getting backstabbed, he was still too strong for them to beat. So they had to seal him away. And then he went along, did his own thing. Probably, I really don't know what happened to him. So this game might explain what happens there, or it might just be like a little retelling of the anniversary event. I don't know. But Belio, this dude right here, this Twilight ass character. Like he's basically a Twilight character. Look, they even got the apple. He even has the apple. But Belio, dude. I don't know how to actually say it, but in general, Belio is definitely a fan favorite, like villain, and I'm really happy that he's going to be in the game because, you know, for some reason, like even though I'm not really into like the like man horror characters like him, that's pretty much what he is, but and crazy characters like that, and like the way he looks, I'm not really into it. I think it's more like fangirl bait than like bait for someone like me. But I actually did like him as a character. I think he was a really good villain, and I'm really happy he's going to be in Character Pass 2. And so I'm going to assume some other things, but first let's look at the other DLC trailers that they had. Okay, new arrival characters announcement. Look at Beelzebub right here. Looks really sick. So March 2020 is when he's going to come out. Now the interesting thing about this is that he's a timed release character, so I'm assuming he's actually fully done. But he's time released because, you know, he's a boss fight, so they don't really want the boss to be playable immediately, I guess. They're treating this game as a platform, kind of like Street Fighter V and basically any other fighting game right now is like treated as like a platform. The more things are going to be added to this game later on. And judging by the way Side Games does is treats his games like it's gonna get tons of new content. But yeah, so I'm excited for him. He's gonna be really cool. Really glad he's boss. So character pass 1. He's actually free. He is not a character you have to buy. Once you beat the story mode for the game, you can actually just unlock him like after he's like time released. You can just have him unlocked from the get go. You don't actually have to pay for him. So that's a good thing. Also, it does kind of like increases the value of how much all these other 4 characters are going to be. So basically, you're basically paying for these 4 instead of 5 characters. DLC characters are a bit more expensive than I was thinking, but yeah. So first DLC character is going to be Dark character, Dharmaiah. This looks so cool. I actually really like the way she's animated. She looks amazing. So the thing about Naru is that she's basically like the very definition of a waifu bait character. So pretty much half the people asking for this character actually like never played Granblue. They just know this character by design. You know, she's very popular in that aspect. Just people knowing who she is, but not actually playing Granblue. People that play Granblue also do like her as well, but in general, she's not really like a super strong character in the game. So a lot of people don't really get to use her as much. She doesn't really have a lot of story relevance in Granblue either. She's really just like kind of doing her own thing in general. The closest thing she has is that she's related to the Eternals, and that the person she looks up to is the Katana Eternal, and she wants to get as strong as him. And then, you know, she goes through a little story arc of thinking she's kind of like weak and everything because she wants to be as strong as like the strongest katana user in the entire world. So so she has like really bad self-esteem issues, thinking she's supposed to measure up to him in order to actually like get his attention. You know, it's like, you know, senpai noticed me, all that kind of stuff. But in general, she's very low self-esteem character. It looks like in this game she's going to be from after her 5-star Fate episode where her story arc is actually completed, and she actually does like make up with the main katana user Octo, Djeeta, whatever you want to call him. I actually do like the way that they're animating her. She looks so nice. Look at this art. Look, this is ridiculous. This art is so ridiculous. Okay, so yeah, if you get a dictionary and you get, if in the dictionary there was a term waifu bait, she is absolutely the character to put right there. Like, she's ridiculous. Obviously, she's going to be pretty interesting. She's going to be a stance character, so she has to go, switch between Kagra and Genji. I forgot the names in English, but yeah. So she might be a little bit more complicated as a character, so that was why I was kind of like expecting her to be DLC, because not only is she the type of character to just print money, but you know, I mean, she's popular without even being relevant. But she's also has one of the most potential for an interesting moveset for a katana user. Judging by other fighting games, you can kind of have a decent idea of how she would actually work. But yeah, I think she's pretty cool in general. I'm really excited for her. She's definitely instant main on day one when she comes out. Like, no matter what, even if she's like the worst character in the game, I'm playing her. Like, there's no changing that. Like, sorry, Djeeta. Djeeta, I said you're a high tier on my list. I didn't say you're actually top tier. But the interesting thing about Naru is that she's actually getting a lot of people's attention. Like, a lot of people are just like, oh wow, Naru's in the game, I'm gonna buy this game now. Like, a lot of people in some of the chats I'm in, they're just like, yo, I'm gonna buy this game finally because Naru's in the game. So yeah, that's how it goes. She's part of the draft race, of course. Female drafts, they kind of like give off a different vibe than other characters, you know. But anyways, she's cool. She's also coming out in March with Beelzebub. The good thing about this is that they're coming out really, really early. I don't really have to wait that long for my character to come in the game. She's actually not my favorite female character, so I'm thinking that like she might actually be, for the most part, like finished or just almost completely finished like right now. So she is definitely a character they like held on to for the season pass. They might even just still be working on it right now too, or I don't really know. Like, I'm actually working at the company, but yeah, so that was a smart idea on their part. Just save it for DLC, and pretty early DLC, so you can get as many people into the game as possible, as well as, you know, make some money off of her. I guess. But yeah, so next character, Earth character, Wind character. So we got Soriz. Soriz is he got a little popular from being like the part of the Soiya crew. So him, Eugen, and Jin, they were in their fundoshis and stuff, wearing their fundoshis and being like manly men and stuff. And they got their own like theme song. The Soiya song is on YouTube, by the way. You can probably find it on YouTube. I think he's a very good pick, especially for the Western audience. I think he's a very good pick. I was saying, like, I was surprised there wasn't really a martial arts character in the game because we had a lot of them. And he was one of the characters that I put like dead center. Him and Kondogoza, I put them dead center because I was like, these are two that I think would appeal to more people in the West that haven't actually played Granblue, because, you know, big gruffy dude, manly man, masculinity. Like we need a little bit more of those in some of our fighting games. Like a lot of the anime fighting games, we just get like one character like this and then we're done. I think he's very good for getting a lot of people just into the game as well. That weren't really hot on like the character designs that we have currently. So like Vazuraga, he's really cool, and Sori's really cool. They're both pretty good bait for people. And then Percival, those three are going to be pretty good for just marketing this game in the West. Yeah, I'm really happy they chose him. Should be a pretty cool character. He's basically just like your typical anime old man character, except like he's just buff and stuff, but he's a typical anime old man perv type character. So yeah, he's pretty sick. Oh, he's pretty sick. So he's coming out the month after. And then Djeeta, I don't know about this. So Djeeta isn't going to really like use her job change. I thought if they put her in the game, they'll actually do like job change stuff with her to make her more distinct from Gran. But it seems like they say that she's going to be similar to Gran in gameplay. So I don't know about that, but you know, it could be interesting. Ryu to Ken is not that different, but you know, we already got like Catalina. Percival is like kind of a different flavor of like a Shoto. So you know, we're getting a lot of like basic characters. You know, I thought she was going to be the free character that we were going to get, because in like the menu screen, like on there was actually a picture of her as a chibi, and so I was like, oh wait, does that mean she's going to be the secret unlockable character? Or so I was thinking she was going to be like either free DLC or like unlockable, but turns out she's actually just going to be regular DLC and coming out like 2 months after the game comes out. I'm not really too excited about this because I already got Naru before she's coming out, but she's going to be pretty fun, I guess, like just to mess around with. The way that she fights, like the way she moves when she fights, is a lot different from Gran. In general, like if you actually keep up with like Granblue stuff, especially like the anime, they show that Djeeta's kind of stronger than Gran. Like they show like a flashback and like during the recap part, so her alternate time of the events. So Djeeta ended up being able to solo just about every single boss while Gran needed help. So yeah, Djeeta might not really need like Lyria and Vern for like the super and stuff, and might just do like her own little thing. I kind of felt like she wasn't like the best pick they could have did, but hey, you know, that's how it goes. I think she should have been free. I really think she should have been free. Then the fifth character. I do not know who the fifth character is. I do not know who the fifth character is. You also get like bonus skin stuff, like you get bonuses for the season pass for each character. Like that's kind of ridiculous. So you also get like 5,000 crystals for beating the game. You get basically like tons of in-game currency worth for the browser game just by playing through this game story mode. That's pretty good for getting people that actually play Granblue to just pick this up and just play through it. But I don't know how good that's going to be for like keeping people in like online and stuff. Like I need people to play online. Like that's pretty much it. I need people near me to play online. Like I've been trying to play against like some good connections in other fighting games, and I've just been having a really good time like fighting against those people. So I'm just really hoping we get a good scene, good community, and a good amount of players to play against online. And then character pass 2, we got Belio. I really never knew how to pronounce that, but I just said Belio. But he's gonna be a character pass 2. So first of all, we don't have the last character in the first character pass. If I'm gonna make a guess, I think it has to be a light character, like finally just a light character, because we don't have a light character yet, unless you want to count like Charlotta as being light. But Charlotta is dominantly water when she first made her appearance. Like she only like more recently had a light version. I'm thinking, cause like here's the thing, Gran is wind. Like he's always basically been wind. Like default he's wind, and even like Djeeta's also wind. So Catalina is water, Charlotta is water, Lancelot is water. That's a lot of blue, huh? But Fairy is light. Yeah, she's light. She's also dark if you go by her grand version. I was thinking of her grand version for some reason, but yeah, Fairy is light. Percival's fire. Dwayne, I forgot his element. I don't use him. I think he's dark. Yeah, he's dark or water. I think it was one of those two or both. He has different versions. Ladiva is earth. So yeah, that dude is earth. Bazaraga is dark, and then he has an earth version, but he's mostly dark. Zeta is fire. But she also has a dark version, and she also has a light version, which was her summer version, and she also has her event version, which I think was also light. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, and then for character pass, we got Soriz, that's Earth. Djeeta's wind, like they showed. Beelzebub is pretty much dark, or maybe null. Like maybe they treat him as null, like no element. Narumeia is dark. Oh yeah, by the way, her name in Japanese, like before the English patch came out, she was just called Narumeia because that was like the way you say in Japanese, and then she got localized to Narmaya, so that's probably why you might get confused on her name. Like a couple of characters in Granblue, you might get confused on her name because people are either saying the Japanese name or the English localized name. Some like the Japanese names just had like easier ways to just say their names in general, like Narmaya, like what am I gonna call her, Narm? Narmaya, like I mean Maya, like Maya. Maya would be cool actually. Maya would be cool, but in Japanese, like you could just say Naru, and that just felt like it just felt easier to say. Narune, it just rolls off the tongue a little bit better. If I would say it, since Bellio is going to be in the Character Pass 2, he is going to be a male rep in Character Pass 2. And in Character Pass 1, they're going male, female, and you would think it would be male, but I think they're going to trip us up and put a female in the first Character Pass, like as the last one. It's probably going to be a light character, so I'm thinking either, it has to be like a popular one. So I'm thinking it's going to be either Vera, Zoe. Now, for male characters, I would like to see Nicholas, Ingve. I like Ingve a lot, but he doesn't really get a lot of representation, but I think he would be really cool for a moveset in a fighting game. I already know people don't really care about him. Like, let's be honest. But I like to see Nicholas Shiro. I call him Nicholas Shiro because Japanese name is Shiro and English name is Nicholas. I'm just like, yo, let's put them together. Full name, Nicholas Shiro. That's a sick name. Or if they do a male, I think they'll do Sandolphin. If it's a male, they'll do him here. Or he's going to be in Character Pass 2. He's in one of those two. So I think he's going to be in Character Pass 2. If I want to be honest, that's why I'm saying this last pick might be a female, and it might be like Zoe or Vera. Character Pass 2, I think it's going to be when they put the fan voted characters. That's when they said they're going to take the survey results from the Granblue beta in mind. Now, I don't know how that's going to turn out because, well, first of all, like Western audience, a lot of people didn't even play Granblue, so they don't even know who to vote for, but I'm pretty sure most people either voted for Naru or Sandalphid, like if I want to be honest. And but for females that will get voted, probably Beatrix. She's really popular. I typically don't really vibe well with characters that get treated as like gags or like jokes all that much, so I'm not really too hot on this character. But she does have Haruhi's voice actor, or Lucy from Fairy Tail, like she does have that voice actor. So, and she also visually just looks really striking compared to other characters. But I just don't like characters that get treated as jokes. I still like her, of course. I don't really hate her. Cagliostro is also pretty popular. I'm wondering if that character will actually get in though. With these DLC slots, I think they said they could do 3 character passes. So I don't know. They might save Cagliostro for a 3rd one. Beatrix, I think, would be in there. Sandalphin, Bellio. For a 4th character, I would think if Vera or Zoe aren't here, then one of them is going to be in the next one. And if one of them's here, then one of them is going to be in the next one too. So that'll be 4. Then the 5th one, maybe a Dragonite, maybe Siegfried. Maybe they'll put in Siegfried. I like Siegfried. He's my favorite Dragonite. Him and Aglaville are my favorite of that group in general. The rest are kind of like whatever to me. Like Percival is like third, and then Vayne, and then Lancelot. I really don't like Lancelot. That's pretty much how it goes for the character passes. Now, these characters are coming out like pretty soonish after the game comes out. For the most part, I think like they have like a lot of the work done for them already, like right now, or they're currently working on them right now. So in a way, you could think of it as like DLC being like scummy DLC practices, In another way, though, you can think of it as they're trying to release the game as early as possible before the heavy hitters start coming out. Like, okay, so Final Fantasy Remake is in March. So if they delayed the game by 1 month, everyone's going to be playing Final Fantasy Remake. So it's a good thing they're going to get this out before Final Fantasy Remake, unless the global release isn't. Unless they're not actually doing a simultaneous global release. I think they said that they were trying to do that, so I'm hoping we actually do get a simultaneous. Otherwise, I think this is pretty good timing. Like just before like the wave of games start coming out, we're gonna get Granblue Versus. Also, they did some other minor changes to the game. Also, they got like some skins and stuff for, well, not skins, but like different color palettes that you can use for the characters. So Gran gets his alter ego skin as a color, which should make some people happy. I don't know. I didn't really vibe all that well with the alter ego outfits. Percival gets the Aglovale color. That's really, really cool. Except it looks completely wrong because it's Percival and not Aglovale. So you get the fire and everything. I'm just like, this doesn't work. This doesn't make sense. There's something wrong here. They simplify the super skills, so you don't have to do like half circle back anymore. You can just do core circle forward and 2 buttons. That should be a lot easier for people just do a cool super. Some like adjustments to the game, like the wake up things, like hard knockdowns are only on some moves. You can have different teching, like you can back tech or you can down tech, depending on like if you're holding back or down. So that's gonna make like the wake up timings a little bit better, because the game was pretty oppressive in the beta, if I won't be honest, like because you're able to just always know when the other person was getting up. So the pace of the game is gonna be a lot faster now, like in general, because they also improved the movement speed. They also got rid of chip kills for some things. I think on supers they don't have chip kills anymore. I don't know. And they also made the game look better. So in general, it's some pretty good changes overall. Definitely will make the game a little bit more fun to play. Like I can't wait to just try it out. You know, the game is still going to play like similar to the way it is now, just that you won't get as oppressively dunked on mid-screen anymore. You'll probably have to get pushed to the corner first, and then people will start setting you up with some nasty stuff. I don't know. It'll be kind of annoying being in the corner in this game. It is some good changes for the game. I'm pretty excited for that. Obviously, right now, people are just questioning like the DLC practices for the game, but I do think that the main game is going to have enough content to be worth it at the end of the day. For me, like it doesn't really matter all that much for me. Like I may not be a fan of like DLC practices like the way they are right now, but for like video games in general. But for fighting games, I do get tons of hours of game time in them, and I think this one I might play for a lot more than a lot of other fighting games I've been playing recently. So particularly just because it's Granblue characters and I'm really into the browser game. Like, well, I was into the browser game. I kind of like I went casual like a year or two, just because I realized that, you know, I just want to play other games. The game actually takes up too much time commitment in comparison to other games. So it was nice to just have a fighting game to put my time into. Like in general, I like the fighting game genre because everything falls on you. You don't really have to work with other teammates or anything like that. Like I've gotten sick of it. I've gotten sick of having to rely on teammates that just can't get the job done. I'm sick of it, and that's why I like fighting games and single player games. That's kind of how I feel on things. You know, everything's worth it for me, but I know for other people it might rub them the wrong way if they see the DLC, and I'm hoping that people kind of just, you know, come around to the game, get a good healthy community online so I can have some people to play with. I will be making tons of new content for the game, of course, but I didn't really want to like take other people's like footage of the game that they're uploading to like their channels. Like I don't really want to take their content and then like just talk over it. So I'm mostly just looking for official stuff. Basically the month you get your first DLC character, so I think they're spacing it out pretty well because there is a deadline for characters to be released before Evo. I think like after Evo, a little content on the game might fizzle out a little bit when they want to focus more on Relink and showing off content for Relink. As I'm recording this, the day 2 has not passed for Granblue Fest, so there might be more info that's coming out, and there might be more info on Relink when that comes out. So for people that play the browser game, I don't really know if the fighting game genre is for them, like in general. Like they're into mindless grinding. If I want to be real, that browser game is all about mindless grinding, trying to increase your numbers. At the end of the day, if you're not close to Japan, like you have ping issues, so your game actually runs slower than other people. So getting MVP is a lot harder if you aren't in Japan, unless you have like really, really, really good and powerful weapon grids and character loadouts to keep up with other people. And it also makes joining like raids harder in the game. For me, like it's pretty nice going casual on Granblue. Like if you play Granblue, to a certain point you do have to like grind a lot, but after a certain point you don't really have to play the game all that much anymore. Like once you're strong enough, all you have to do is just all you gotta do is just play new story events that come out, and then you'll get like the full experience basically. Like you don't really have to constantly do these high level raids like over and over again and worry about if other people are going to do the right job or something. Like, so yeah, it's fine to just like play the game casually. That's kind of like how I kind of see a lot of gacha games now. Just play the games casually, have a lot of fun with the characters, mostly just play for like the character stories and stuff. I do know a lot of people that play gacha games and just skip all the stories and stuff, but I do think that's a mistake. That's kind of like just getting deep into, it's kind of like you're there only for like gameplay and some visual stuff, even though the gameplay for gacha games aren't typically the best when they come to other games that you could be playing. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel things. So yeah, like I said, I will be making more content for the game. I'll be making more videos, probably like character breakdowns too, like in the future when the game comes out. Just from particularly for myself, because you know I want to get like pretty good at the game. You know, I do have like some fighting game fundamentals in general, so like I can pick up a fighting game fairly decently quick compared to other people. At the same time, like I always have trouble like staying motivated to get better and improving. I think this game will be a good game for me to actually do that with, since it's not really a game that you're gonna have to like lab out in training mode a lot, just to like figure out how to deal with some situations. But other than that, I'm pretty excited for the new characters also, especially. So I really would like to mess around with all the characters that they have to show. Like the beta characters, they're all boring, except for Fairy and Lancelot. The rest were just boring. And Lancelot, I don't like him as a character all that much. So right now, like the beta characters, it was just basically Fairy for me, and just messing around with Gran sometimes. But the characters they showed off, like Djeeta, she's still like a standard character, but she has like pretty unique moveset in a way compared to the other standard characters. So I think that's a better flavor of character for me. I really like her buttons as well, so she's gonna be pretty cool. Matera, really cool character, really cool fighting style. I would like to mess around with her. I didn't really like her from her character story in the browser game. Like I actually did not like her personality after I knew the type of character she was. Maybe I'll make maybe that's for a different video, to be honest. Like I'll break down some characters in a different video, like for like their story stuff. I didn't like her after a character story. Like I was fine with her when she first appeared, but then in her actual story, like she wasn't really that cool, and I just thought she was a dumbass. That was pretty much it. And like it wasn't really like that endearing dumbass or anything like that, like Beatrix. It was more of like, wow, you are so stupid, you're really just making it harder time for other people type of dumbass. Valzaraga, I like him as a character. I don't think I'm going to like his playstyle all that much. You know, I do need a little bit more movement speed then, and I kind of wanted him to be the grappler in the game, and he doesn't have a command grab, but Ladiva's like the dedicated grappler. But we got the grappler character, and then we got the super armor character, and the super armor character might as well be as scary as the grappler. And we got Matera, the zoner, Fairy, the other like mid-range zoner, like, and then Luane's going to be like the gag character, and he's looking pretty decent. So we got like 5 characters that are going to be like really annoying to play against online. They're going to be really annoying to play against online. And they're also looking like some of the more interesting characters. So a lot of people are actually going to play as them. Honestly, I feel like the beta cast kind of get like shit on in comparison to the other characters being shown. Even Percival looks kind of boring to me. I was really hoping Percival would look a lot cooler, but they just made him pretty basic. And yeah, that's pretty much how I'm feeling about things right now. I feel like the newer characters they show are a lot better than the beta cast, which they said that they made the beta cast easy to use on purpose. I'm kind of like going to be pretty annoyed when I'm playing this game online, not gonna lie. Like if you play a basic character, you're going to be dealing with either 2 zoners or a grappler and a super armor character, or the gag character that's just annoying to fight. So yeah, not looking forward to that. Let's get the DLC already. Let's get some cooler characters, and I need people to like move away from those characters already. Like I'm already dreading the day I'm gonna play this game online. Hope you guys liked the video. I will be talking more about the characters in the future. I did want to do like a character breakdown, like for the story for each character, like talk about Gran, Catalina, Shalada, so you guys get their stories a little bit better, and to be like a little bit more excited for them and to relate to them a little bit better. You know, because a lot of people that are getting to this game, they don't know anything about these characters. So hopefully the story mode does show them a lot about the characters. Anyways, see you guys next time.